All right. Well, thank you all so much. This has been so wonderful listening to the conversation and just enjoying. I am outside of the student circle in Steuben, so I am broadcasting to you from the back of my car. But I would not have missed this for the world. I am so happy to announce the Edwin J. Nichols Grant Award. Just a little bit about Dr. Nichols. Of course, Dr. Nichols is one of the founders of the ABPsi. A lot of his work has centered on the philosophical underpinnings of equity and diversity. But beyond that, I know Dr. Nichols as one of the most warm, kind, compassionate people that I have met. When you are in his presence, you feel a certain warmth and empathy coming from him. This award recognizes early career professionals who are carrying on this legacy in the scholarship of diversity and equity. And so with that, I am going to turn it over to the very capable hands of Dr. Edwin Nichols, who will give us a little bit of background and then introduce this year's award winner. God bless you. God keep you.
Thank you. Well, good afternoon and good morning, I guess, to some of you out there. It's my privilege and pleasure to introduce the scholarship award winner. Now, let me tell you a little about the scholarship. My daughter suggested that I should have a scholarship for mid-career people who have already established to have their doctorate and have a job and doing some work, but they need some little help to get their research work going. And particularly for those who are interested in cultural competence, cultural diversity. So she set it up and got it moving. And I will share what her idea was. Her idea was that there are 4 minority psychological associations, ours being the oldest, the Association of Black Psychologists. Then you have an association of Indian psychologists, Native Americans. You have an association of Latino psychologists, and you have an Asian American Psychological Association. So her idea was to, all of these organizations work with the idea of diversity and cultural competence, and to rotate the grant to each one of these organizations. Today is ABPsi, and just a month ago, because we were trying to catch up between 2021 and 2022, I awarded the Native American award, and that was to Dr. Crouch, who was a native of Alaska and has been doing a lot of work with the indigenous groups there in Alaska. And today, we're very honored to have Dr. Gadson. Now, Dr. Gadson is in Oregon State, way out in Oregon, and you have to know something about the state of Oregon. They were one of the states that did not permit, after the Civil War, they would not permit Blacks to live in the state, not just, in certain towns, just in the state. So for a state to come so far as to have an appreciable number of Black faculty and Black students, they've come a long way. The other part of that, though, is when you are 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 even Black students on a predominantly white campus, you get lonely. For me, as you can't tell now, but the question is, where do you go get your hair cut? And for my time frame, for women, it was where do you go get your hair straightened? So I'll share a little story with you. One of my favorite colleagues was Dr. Mary Harper, who was a nurse at Tuskegee. The fan is going to make me hoarse. She was a nurse at Tuskegee. And at that time, all the head nurses were white and dominated everything. And she kept trying to apply to do a master's because she could see the brochure, the information, but her application never got out. So she hand carried it herself, got it to Washington, and it was approved. And they gave her a scholarship to do a master's in nursing administration and Minneapolis, Minnesota. Now you have to realize that Mary has never left Georgia, never, okay? And now she's going to Minneapolis, Minnesota. And when she gets there, the cold is something that she has nothing at all. But now, after being there about 2 weeks, things begin to swell. Now, some of you don't have a clue about what I'm talking about, but if you straightened your hair with a hot comb, after a while, it'll start to swell. It's time to redo the work. Mary was desperate to find out where she was going to go, because now remember, at that time, instead of placing her in the dormitory with all the other nurses, they placed her in the international house. This is the racism that you're talking about. Mary said, now this is her ingenuity. She got on every streetcar and rode it all the way to the inn and all the way back. And while she was riding on one of them, she saw collard greens, pig feet, and she knew to get off there and ask somebody, where is the beautician? So Oregon isn't much further beyond that today. And I'm very honored and privileged to introduce to you our winner for this award, mid-career at this time, Dr. Gadson. I'm hoping Dr. Gadson is somewhere near, or can she get on?
Yes. Permission to speak from the elders?
Yes, you have it.
Perfect. Hello, family.
I have no idea what you looked like.
Thank you, Baba Nichols. I was told to keep it Black, but keep it brief, so I will not be for you long. I would first like to thank Baba Dr. Nichols and the review committee for selecting me for this esteemed award. Becoming a professional, as we've been talking about in the conference, is not a journey alone. And when I got to celebrate becoming Dr. Gadson, I promised to my family and my community to help fight, heal, and fight for, heal, and protect the Black mind. ABPsi continues to raise me as a Black psychologist. And I want to briefly end on a very short, not complete list of Jegnas who have helped me transition as an early career professional in their support. First, I like to thank immediate past ABPsi President, Dr. Ethiopia Jackson. She strongly advised me to apply for this grant last year when I was on postdoc, but I was not ready to come correct with that application. And this year I was ready to present an application worthy of being reviewed to the committee. So thank you, Dr. Ethiopia, for reaching out and thinking of me and encouraging me to fold and lean in more into the association. To my graduate advisor, Dr. Gioni Lewis, who took me to my first ABPsi meeting in Vegas and continued to make sure we presented our research at ABPsi conventions yearly. Thank you for introducing me to my professional home. To Dr. Nikki Cherry, who is the Associate Clinical Director here at the University of Oregon, and my sister, thank you for continuing to protect and fight for Black students at the University of Oregon and supporting me as a Black student specialist. To my Black supervisors on internship at Florida International University, Drs. Hahn, Sandoval, Richard, and Woodfork, thank you for fostering my interest in being a Black student specialist. To Dr. Lynette Sparkman Barnes, thank you for honing in on my specialty during my postdoc year as a specialist. And finally, to my family, I'm the daughter of Vivian Bryant Gadson and the daughter of Dr. Isaac Gadson Jr. and the Gadson and Bryant family line. Thank you for continuing to keep me prayed up, supporting me, and reminding me not to listen to the lies that oppression will tell you. Without you, again, being the garden that you continuously pour as my seed, I would be nothing without my family. Thank you again, and God bless ABPsi.
And I would like to then show you the award. It's hard to see because it's translucent, but it has ABPsi at the very top, our symbol. It has the Native Americans here, and down here are the Latinx, and then you have the Asian group here. And it says that your name and the year, and you'll receive it in the mail within a short time. Okay, my daughter will have it. It's to be mailed to you. So look, we hope that you enjoy it, and also that I would like to know some of the research work that you're doing that this grant helped you to accomplish. I'd like to put that with your grant application in the folder, so I can have the two things together. That would be very kind if you could do that. I thank you very much. This has been a wonderful opportunity, and I wish you all the best and good luck.
Thank you, Baba Nichols.
Pat, good to see you.
And I think with that, we are complete. Again, I thank you. I thank the Student Circle for that lovely award. I'm still, if I think about it some more, I'll get choked up again. Baba Nichols, again, so good to see you. Cecile, congratulations. Dr. Horace, I can't wait till October. And to all of you, we have one more session coming. I think one more session. And this is such a beautiful transition. Let me just say this, from coming from the elders, Simba, and now the students installment. It's just a natural, we are a circle. We are a circle. We go and we come, and we're seeds of seeds and seeds and seeds. And please tune in for the student installment. These are our future, these are our leaders now, and will be our future leaders. So thank you again. Adupwe, adupwe, adupwe.
Horace, good to see you.